Okay, this is part 5. We've still got lots of pennies in there, in that box there to search through. 1100 started with. So still around about halfway, I should think. Probably not even quite that. Right, let's line that up. But first of all, I'll mention this 1913 from part 4 because people have said there was a dot after the 3 that I didn't mention. There we go. Yeah, very clear, but I think it's just a bit of corrosion. Just looks like a bit of muck there to me. Let's put it under the microscope. Yeah, you can see there, just a bit of corrosion. That's all it is. Nothing brilliant, I'm afraid. I hold that still on there, get a little cocktail stick, I think, yeah, it'll rub away just like that. But if you do spot something you think I've missed, please put it in the comments, because you never know. Okay, let's grab some and get going. Okay, get them sorted out. Right, there we go. 1948, King George VI. There's a 1918. I look for a mint mark. Is that a mint mark? Hang on, got to give it a rub. No, sadly not. Just a little bit of dirt in the corner. There's a George VI, and that's been polished, hasn't it? Shined up. Some people say in the comments, what have you got against polished coins? Why do you hate them so much? Well, say you've got a penny worth £50 and someone polishes it up like this, it'd probably be only worth about a fiver then, because coin collectors don't like polished coins. Also, it takes away that lovely patina or patina that builds up on the coin over the years. That lovely colour on the coins. Look at that compared with that. And all polish is abrasive in one way or another, so it will take a little bit of the fine detail away from the coin. And it looks horrible. So that's why I don't like them. Right, 1928, George V. George V. There's a 1919, but sadly no mint mark on that one. Oh, there's a halfpenny. George V. 1917. See how the halfpennies wear much quicker than the pennies. 1917. We got here a 1913. Oh, there's a 1912. Again with an H mint mark. Very easy to find. Probably easier to find than the ones without a mint mark, I find. Oh, 1902. Might have been cleaned sometime in the past. It's a high tide. You see the tide level there is where Britannia's legs cross. So it's not the rarer low tide version. But we haven't got a 1902 yet. That's the first one I found. So it'll go on the board in a minute. There's a 1917. Got a little bit of varnish or something on there. So that can go in the dirty mug. 1917 again. Well, there's a 1918, and that definitely is a mint mark. Look at that, H mint mark. H for Heaton, the Heaton Works in Birmingham. Ralph Heaton and Son. They helped out the Royal Mint. There was a high demand for coins at the end of the First World War. Along with KN, which is Kings Norton. You can find a KN mint mark. Well, that's nice. Haven't got that yet for the board. Right, what else we got? 1936. There's another polished coin. Look at that, 1915. Horrible. In fact, I don't like it. I'll put it in the dirty mug. Someone can have that if they want it. Oh, 1875. That is the wide date version. We've already found one of those. Slightly better condition as well it was. Right there, 1913, 28, there's a 1914, what we got here, 1900, that's a Valehead Victoria, George V there, 1912, and look, it's another H mint mark, definitely easier to find than the ones without. Another polished coin, oh, 1922, you watch this be the rare one. No, the middle prong of the trident is touching one of those teeth, one of those beads around the edge. So that is a common one. Now, if this was a rare one that hadn't been polished, you probably talking over £1,000. But in this condition, if it was polished and it was a rare one, 200 at the most I should think you would get. Just my estimate, but that's why you should never polish coins. 1928, and the last one in this first handful is a little tatty in 1919, but no mint mark on that one. Okay, for the board I got this halfpenny from 1917. We've got the 1902, so there is a bingo line for Smithy. There we go. Now we've got a 1918 with the H mint mark, which is lovely. The 1922 and the 1937 shined up nonsense. They're going in the dirty mug. I'm going to give this away when it's full. Some people like cleaning coins and they like polished coins as well, so won't be much longer. Look, a lot in there. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, what we got here then? 1928, George V. There's a 1962, Elizabeth. 35, George V. 1919, no mint mark there though. 1875. Again, it's a wide date type. Can't really see the 5 very well. Nah, not as good as the one on the board. Oh, there's a stripy one there. 1926. Got stripes on there. Do they line up? Yep, so that could be an alloy not mixing properly. Bronze alloy. I don't think we've got a 1926. I think that could be another bingo line. There's a Victoria. 1901. There's a 1919, but no mint mark on that one. Oh, an Australian penny. 1958. So you won't find a 1958 British penny because I didn't make any. Elizabeth. And there's a dot after the word penny. So that is from the Perth Mint in Australia. Nice. I think that's about the 4th Australian one I found now. Alright, 1913. 1916. Not a recessed ear. Not quite flat ear. Right, 63. Oh, there's a Victoria. So 1889. Yeah. Got a better one than that. Right, 1914. 1900. There's an 1896. Right, what else we got here? 66. Not very nice, 66. There's a 1902. Ooh. Thought that was a low tide for a minute, but it's not. You can see that is the high tide. Got one of those in the last handful. 64. Oh, look at that. Another shined up coin. Quite a nice detail on that as well, but been ruined by being polished. Shame. Alright, there's another 1919. No mint mark. What we got here? 1914, and the last one is a 1905. It might be slightly better than the one on the board. Right, that shined up 1921. That can go in the dirty mug. It's got a lot of detail on it, but been ruined. I'm giving away the coins in the dirty mug, not the mug itself, by the way. There's that 1905, and I think that is a slight upgrade. Yes, it is. So I'll replace that one. Now, what else we got? The Australian one, 1958, and another bingo line with a 1926. There we go. Actually, I should be checking whether this is a modified effigy or not for the 1926. Let's have a look. Now, if you look at the word die, D-E-I, let me freeze this frame, it's easier to see then. And if you look at the eye, it's pointing between the teeth. It's not pointing directly at one of the beads or one of the teeth around there. So that, I think that this one is a common one. Another thing you can look at, below the king's neck, you see the initials BM, Bertram McKennell, the designer, If it was the rare one, the modified effigy, you wouldn't be able to see that. It would be there, but very weakly struck and more to the right, near the end of the neck. And the colon, after the word Brit, they're quite close together, those dots. So yeah, this is just a common one. I think I'm going to have to go and get one and compare them to show you more. The one on the right is the modified effigy. Very hard to see anything with the portrait, but let's have a look at what I've just mentioned. Now you can see the one underneath, the modified one. The eye of DEI is pointing directly at one of the teeth. Quite clearly see directly at it. You can't see the BM below the king's neck. It is there, but it's further back, very weakly struck. Might be able to just see it there. And look at the colon after the word Brit, much wider apart on the modified effigy at the bottom, and almost touching the T as well. So they're the three things I look for. Now this one I've just found, probably 50p, maybe £1 or something, because of the stripes on it. It's very interesting. But this one, probably around £10 to £15 for that. Very hard to spot, but worth looking out for. So let's put that 1926 back on the board. Let's do another handful. Okay, there's George V. 1919. No, me mark. There's another 1889, but again, we've got a better one than that on the board. That is a shiny 66. Elizabeth II. 1921. George V. That's George VI. 37. Come on, let's find a 50 or a 51. They're the rarer ones. Alright, we've got another 21. There's a little mark there, but it can't be a mint mark because they didn't make any mint marks in 1921. Yeah, as usual, just a little bit of corrosion in that area. So, nothing amazing. Right, 1929. There's a 1920. Not the rare one. What have we got here? A 1966. Is that dirty enough for the dirty mug? Well, it's a 66, so yeah, it probably is. Put it in there. Right, what we got? 1903. And that is the closed 3, is it? Yeah, that's a common one. Common closed 3. 39. Oh, Jersey. Yep. 1964. 1/12 of a shilling. The last one I found was a 1964 as well. A few of those. Oh, look at that. Another 1918H. That's 2 in this hunt. Let me check my album. That might be actually better than what I've got in there. These Whitman coin folders I fill with coins I find in these hunts only. So let's see if the 1918 is any better. Yeah, it is. I don't always remember to check, but that one's not as good as this. So I'll take that one out of there. And I will replace it with that one, which is slightly better. In fact, the one I found earlier, that was better as well, but I don't always remember to check. I'm supposed to prioritise those albums. Right, 1919. No mint mark. There's another 1921. 1935. There's a shiny one. 66. No, 62. 62, so that is definitely an upgrade. Don't want to focus. Yes, it is. There we go. 62. There's a 1902 again. That could be slightly better. That's a high tide, common one there. 29. There's an 1877. I think we've got an 1877. Oh no, just looking down there, and we haven't got an 1877. It's a wide date, which is a common one. If you can find an 1877 with a narrow date, worth a fortune. I've done a video on that. Look up. In fact, I'll put it as a link at the end of the video. 1877 penny. 1893, that's nice. I think the one on the board is not too bad, but I will check. It might be an upgrade. 1914. And the last one in this handful is a 1922. Is it going to be the rare one? No. Okay, 1962. That is definitely an upgrade there. That's the Jersey one, 1964. I'll sort the best one out at the end. 1902, that's slightly better because I think this one has been cleaned in the past. So that's an improvement, an upgrade. There's the 1877, which I thought we'd got but haven't. And the 1893 is definitely better than that one. Not doing too bad. The rarer ones not turned up yet, the ones you'd expect through the early Victorian. This one, 1898 and 1894, they shouldn't be too hard to find. May turn up. Alright, 1930, King George V. 1946, come on, let's have a little dash after the E. No, nothing there, that's a common one. Right, 1930 again. There's another 1919. No mint mark. 22, come on. No, common one. It is very rare, the 1922, where the trident doesn't touch the edge. Touch one of the beads. 1917. 1939. 1879. Is that a new one for the board? Yes, it is. Terrible condition. Just about read that, but can't read the words one penny. But it is a new date. 1879. 35. What's that? 65. Yeah, 1965. Terrible. In it goes. Right, what's this one here? 1899. Come on, 1898. Another 1930 and another Jersey. 1066 to 1966. That's commemorating 900 years since the Battle of Hastings. 1/12 half a shilling. Another 1899. 1912. Check both sides because sometimes you get stamped coins. I found a couple in this hunt already. 1964. There's a 1921. A couple more in this handful. Oh no, another 1893. That's definitely not as good. And there's one with a hole in it. I don't know why they've done that. 1917. Okay, there's the Jersey one. 1966. And the 1879 can go down there. And the dirty mug filling up nicely. It's the 29th of December today, Friday the 29th of December 2023. I always make these videos on the day I upload them, so if you're watching it today on the 29th, you're seeing these coins the same time as I saw them. Okay, that's going to do it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll put the video, a link to that 1877 penny video up there, so click on that and have a look at that one. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.